and also, yes, being a lesbian is a sin. Okay, Roman says this. Roman says a woman. Jesus! Roman, you need to repent. Angry lesbian. Angry lesbian. Angry lesbian. Angry lesbian. Angry.
Ooh, you're hard, showing off.
Time to listen up, you silly liberal fruitcakes. I came out here, I wanted to tell some jokes. Let's do some reality checks here. Do you have any idea, sir, how pathetic it must be to be you? These people wanted to come out and have a good time, hear a few jokes, some thoughtful discussion, but your head pops off the pillow in the morning with, oh, how can I be a professional victim today? Let me go in and screw with their act just because, oh my God, your parents didn't tell you that your opinion wasn't worth that much.
This guy woke up and chose violence. And it's true, why are these people going to comedy shows when they're really going to get triggered over these small things? It's like these people wake up in the morning, leave their house in bubble wrap. Honestly, such sensitive little kids, man.
Oh, the most famous young man in Australia, after cracking the joke that reduced the Today Show host to quivering wrecks of laughter. What was the joke?
A vegan and a vegetarian are jumping off a cliff to see who will hit the bottom first. Who wins?
I don't know. Who wins?
Society.
Any other jokes up your sleeve?
Back in your day, you had Wonder Woman. In my day, we wonder if it is a woman.
Should minors be allowed to transition?
Minors should be allowed to do what their parents allow them to do. They don't do it while they're under your roof. They're going to do it later.
But there are instances where people detransition. How can we protect trans youth that do regret their decision and want to detransition?
You make your decisions, and then you decide to make another decision. That's just life.
No, 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 no. Deal. No, 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 no. Hell no. Hell no.
Why was it necessary for you to say Serena couldn't beat the 700th player?
She's the greatest female player that ever lived. Then the lady said to me, why did you say woman? Why don't you just say the greatest tennis player that ever lived? And so then I felt the need, I don't know, just say what I really felt, which is about what I think she would be. I think you're referring to the fact that I said she'd be about 700 in the world.
Yeah. Right. I'm just waiting. Would you like to apologize?
No, because it seems in tennis, unlike other sports that they're always asking about, why don't you combine, just solve the problem? I'm sure the men would be all for this. The men and women play together. And then we don't have to get.
Got him.
Don't know why the presenter's getting so triggered about this statement. I mean, it's completely right what he's saying. And Serena has even admitted to this herself. So I don't know why these people are getting so upset about it.
Listen, Donald Trump said on this video that he likes kissing pretty women and that you don't? Sir, can I finish?
You like kissing ugly women?
Excuse me. Can I finish my statement, please? Thank you, I don't appreciate that either.
Gotcha.
Please don't get too close, you're not wearing a mask.
Have you ever washed that mask?
Yes.
That's good because bacteria grows on it and it can cause a lung infection.
Yeah.
Did you know that?
I washed it.
Okay, good. I just want you to stay safe while you're wearing that mask that infects your breathing. Do you know why surgeons wear a mask?
To keep from getting stuff.
That's right. It doesn't stop anything from coming in. COVID can get all in your mask right now. Do you know that?
I'm aware.
Okay, so why do you wear it?
To protect you.
To protect me from what? Are you sick?
I have COVID and don't have it.
Are you sick?
No.
Okay, then you're fine.
That just makes no fucking sense. I mean, it's just bullshit.
These people still walk among us, and that's the crazy thing. You can just look at the hairstyle and tell exactly what these people represent. I saw someone driving in their car the other day on their own wearing a mask. That blows my mind.
What are your pronouns?
Either she, her, or they, them.
What does they, them mean?
Pretty much it's when I'm feeling more not gender confined, like pretty much no gender. I choose to go by they, them.
So you don't feel like a gender sometimes?
Pretty much. Like, I'm still questioning what my gender is. Like,
so how does that process work?
Pretty much just I'm playing around with different gender identities, different pronouns until I figure out exactly which one.
So some days you feel like a what, and some days you feel like a what?
Some days I feel she, her. Other days, like today, I'm feeling more no gender.
Wow.
Shut the fuck up, bitch.
Ma'am, or sir, I'm not sure. I didn't misgender you, did I?
Oh, please, go fuck yourself.
Oh, that's not very ladylike.
Oh, now you're fucking misgendering me. Ladylike.
Oh, well, what are you exactly?
None of your fucking business. What are you?
But you said I misgendered you. If I don't know what you are, how can I not misgender you?
are you?
An idiot sandwich.
So they want us to ask the pronouns, but when you do, they get triggered anyway. This gets more confusing as time goes on. The fact that this is real is the scariest thing.
Ziad, I use he, him pronouns, and I am Bangladeshi American. I am Bangladeshi American.
Yeah, I just rolled my eyes. I'm glad the cameras caught it, because I was like, it's just a natural reaction. And there's a lot of people who said that was rude, you shouldn't have done that, or you acted triggered. It's like, no, I didn't yell at him or whatever. But the truth is, the pronoun stuff is ridiculous, and I think ridiculous things need to be ridiculed, right?
Where is a systemic issue? Where is a law that's in the system? Where's a policy that's in the system of systemic racism in our country?
I don't want to talk anymore.
Thank you, Shaq.
Is agreeing with the business case of the airlines in terms of obesity.
That's greed, and that's just greed.
Okay.
Well, I think you're a perfect
Yeah.
example of greed, Sweet Pea, because you weigh 25 stone. Actually.
Behind us, there are, I think they said, the silent majority. They're Trump supporters kind of doing a protest or something, and you just shouted something. Can you repeat what you're saying?
I told them to keep America. Of course, I don't believe that. But I think that's what they believe. So we need to call them out on it every single time.
Absolutely. What makes you think that just those people over there would support that?
Well, they support the president. The president's.
Okay.
I mean, it's kind of those logical, problems
So
that you do.
something that I see a lot of people, a lot of Trump supporters ask is, where is the proof that he is? Do you want to set that to bed and give us the proof?
I would say every other tweet would be proof right there. When he talks about African Americans, when he only calls out African American athletes, for whatever malfeasance he sees.
Round after round after round we go, and they say nothing. Blinded by the media. If you're going to make those claims, surely you have to give the context of that claim. Why you call that person that. At least give us that.
You have testified as to a lot of your own research. So I'm curious for what purpose you do that and what background you have to qualify you to speak to that.
Well, my background that qualifies me to speak to this is that I'm a human being with a brain and common sense, and I have a soul. And so, therefore, I think it's a really bad idea to chemically castrate children. That is my experience.
Sensational. Someone gets rich doesn't mean someone gets poor.
Yes, it does.
Explain
In
that
this
to me.
society, it does.
Explain that to me. When
And
you
someone
bought
gets richer.
your hat, who got poor?
The people who made the hat.
What, they voluntarily contributed their labor
did
and they
not.
got paid for it.
No, they did not.
They didn't?
There's workers in other countries who are enslaved to make things that I'm wearing right now.
Then why would you buy
Everyone's
it?
wearing. Because there's no other options in our capitalist country. There are no other options in our capitalist
That's
country.
totally and factually incorrect. Make your own clothes.
There aren't very many options for that.
Well, so what you're trying to say is you outsource your goods and services in a capital voluntary because you don't want to spend the time to go make your own clothes.
Basing an entire economic system on capital, on wealth, is not the best for each person in the world.
So you would want to live in a communal society, essentially, right? So why don't you go live like the Amish right now and go do it because they live in a communal society?
That's not the point.
That's the dumbest thing you could have said. What are you, an idiot?
So basically, she wants everyone else to change, but not her. Whenever you hear someone say that's not the point, they've lost the argument. This guy's just too smart for her, man. It's really astonishing that people like this walk among us, don't you think? Then why would you buy it? Perfect response.
So you think it's fine to say to religious people that they are prohibited from gathering outside, wearing a mask, socially distanced. They can't do it. But if you want to come and protest and defund the police, if you want to support that, that's fine. You can gather en masse, person to person, close up, thousands of people. That's okay. That discrimination's okay. That's your position.
Senator, that is not my position.
It was your position, is what you argued.
I did not write these orders. What I said.
You defended it in court. And you just articulated to me what I take to be your position. Why were the restrictions that you defended struck down as discriminatory? Why were they? You know the facts. You were a good lawyer. Why'd you lose?
Senator.
Oh, come on, Judge. Don't make me do this. Do you want me to go through it for you? You lost because Mayor Bowser was going to mass protests herself personally with thousands of people. At the same time she was doing that, she was prohibiting churches, religious people, from gathering socially distanced outside wearing masks.
He got cooked. Adrian, you didn't go down like that, huh? He got cooked.
This has to be one of the most satisfying clips I've seen. That judge was getting roasted, I'm not gonna lie. And she knew she was on a decline battle. I mean, look at her face. Look at her face. I mean, she's guilty as anything. She knows. She's getting cooked.
This book here is called It's Perfectly Normal for Students 10 and up. This book details all kinds of sexual images, pictures of elderly people nude, pictures of an individual who's in a wheelchair with his penis out. All of these sexual graphic images are made available and placed at the fingertips of children. This is immoral and asinine to allow children to be able to see this. Also, this book even shows images of two women having sex, a man and a woman having sex, and two men having sex. That's not perfectly normal. Who decides what's normal? Is it you? Is it you? Or do parents decide what should be placed at the fingertips and allowed to be taught to their children in the school system? I'll read some of this for you. It says, after a bit, a person's vagina becomes moist and slippery, and the clitoris becomes hard. After a bit, a person's penis becomes stiff and larger. Sometimes a bit of clear fluid that may contain a sperm comes out of the tip of the penis and makes it wet.
Sir, I'm sorry.
Was it something I said? If you don't want to hear it in a school board meeting, why should children be able to check it out of the school system? We have perverts that are perverting our kids.
He just shut down the argument right there. I mean, if I could meet this man in person, I'd shake his hand. You know, they weren't happy with him reading it out because it was inappropriate. So why the hell is it allowed in schools with kids reading that? You know, this is why I'm on the fence about having kids, man. Because of this bullshit. I mean, that book is, you know, you shouldn't even be reading that as an adult, let alone a child. And I can't believe we're at the stage where if we say that, you'll get cancelled for it. But man, that guy's a hero. He really is a hero. Let me know what you think of that clip or any clips in this video. Let me know in the comments.